Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Play action. Ryan. He's going to sling this deep down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Richmond.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson rolling to his right. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Come back.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson on the move to his left. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the red zone now, Watson eluding the pressure right. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. The final shot before the break. Watson dancing to his left. And his throw is incomplete. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Wide open receiver complete. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
With that type of force on contact, as an ex-DB, I expected the ball to come free. I really did. I thought that was going to be an incomplete pass. I've got to admire him catching it, taking the hit, and getting the first down.
Well, any time on those crossing routes, middle third of the field, you know there's a possibility of a hit like that.
And just think, if you can do that as a receiver, what that does for you and your quarterback's relationship, his confidence in him has got to be super high, and he'll look for him every time on those big third down plays.
He's on the grab over the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, a 22. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Come back.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they don't even need to run a 2nd down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, is it usually 3rd down, 4th down? They got him on 2nd down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
From the gun, here's Watson. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Falcons grab it. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the... And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him for a loss of 4. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Brooks Reed in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
Come back.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And an Allen. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Escaping the pressure right. Connects with Sanu right side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain of 32 that time. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Logan Paulsen, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Houston. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Got an open man. It's QT. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. And quickly they get to the line.
Richmond. Tiger.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Flushed out right. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Watson off play action. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On the ground with a tight end. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They come out here in the eye. Now Watson going to sneak it, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak. And the Texans will extend their lead. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2.
Hey, blue lady! Blue lady!
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He goes underneath to Freeman. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Come back, come back! Come back, come back!
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself.
Now, here's Ryan. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let it fly. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Mohamed Sanu, 50 yards. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Matt Ryan now breaks the huddle. His guys will go for 2.
12.
They'll try and run with Freeman. And he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about, from the offense's perspective, what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Back to throw, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Griffin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Come back.
And Watson's going to throw it here. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. Oh, eluding the tackle. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter.